Welcome guys into my Cowboys and Lions preview for tomorrow. Again, uh, we're live. It's gonna be live tomorrow on primetime Thursday night, baby. Let's get it on. Both teams last week. Well, last week the Cowboys got a great win against the Chiefs at home. Then for the on the road. Um, for the Lions, we lost to the Packers at home, 31 to 24. Um, you're looking at the Cowboys last few weeks. They've been picking up some great wins, beating the Eagles, beating the Chiefs, two of the last two reigning Super Bowl champions. Um, and they're second in the NFC East. They're 6-5-1 right. Well, 6-5-0. Well, 6-5-1, and we're 7-5, and we're third in the NFC North. So you're looking at again. They have turned it around the last few weeks, obviously, because obviously what happened a few weeks ago with the whole, especially the way they've turned it around with the whole thing with what went on, what's happened with Marshawn Nealand and his unfortunate passing a few weeks ago when he passed away at a super young age. Like, he's 24 years old, man. It's like crazy. Super young. Had his entire life ahead of him, and it's um, mental health and life, and it's crazy. And yeah, if you know again, you never know like what other people are thinking and what they're going through, but yeah, it looks like the last few weeks that the spirit of his passing and the unfortunate time of his passing, that has um, kind of the spirit of him has been around the Cowboys, and that's gotten through, that has helped them tremendously for probably for the rest of the season now. But to make sure that the Cowboys win and make sure that they do get a playoff place, and keep his memory alive. Um, you're looking at really the strengths for this Cowboys team. You're looking at, again, you got a great offense. They got a great offense. They got George Pickens, Dak Prescott, Ferguson, Tolbert, Javonte Williams. Some really good weapons around Dak. And you're looking at George Pickens. He came in the offseason. He's been fantastic. He's been doing. I've loved that. He's really gotten himself in the groove of this Cowboys offense, and him and Dak are really have a good bit of chemistry going on. Ferguson and Tolbert picking up. Ferguson and Tolbert's been really good this year, and then Javonte Williams, bringing him into this Cowboys offense has been really good as well. And the guy behind all this, Clayton Adams, the offensive coordinator from the Cowboys. He was at Phoenix last year. This was his first offensive coordinating job, but he's done well. He's done fantastically well with this offense. So again, you're looking at one of the weaknesses for this Cowboys team absolutely has been the defense side of the ball. I know that they traded Mike Parsons away, and the defense was bad when Mike Parsons was there anyway. But it is bad when you've got Matt Eberflus as your defensive coordinator, and he wants to play Bears football. And then you're looking at the Lions here for us. Our biggest strength is so again, you're looking at really keys to victory for the Lions' point of view. We've got to get at this Cowboys defense. Make sure that you're making their day a living hell, that you're turning over the ball a shit ton of times, and you're basically isolating. Well, you're basically just making sure that the Cowboys' off defense gives up a shit ton of penalties, a shit ton of fouls, and the likes of Montgomery and Jamar Gibbs just have one of those days where they're just absolutely getting at this Cowboy secondary. And then really for the weakness, for the kind of the keys to victory for the Cowboys is get at this Lions offensive line, get at that pass protection, get at the secondary. Make sure that Jared Goff turns over the ball, and in return, that you make sure that you isolate and you make sure that Jamar Gibbs and Dave Montgomery, and I know I'll get to the injuries in a minute, but make sure that the running game you just don't let them run with the ball. Don't let the Lions run with the ball. That's key to victories for the Lions, for the Cowboys here, and basically make Jared Goff throw in the air if he goes in the air, and that's kind of one thing that again make him use his arm to win the game, because again a lot of the time the Lions want to run with the ball. They we don't want going in the air as much, but yeah, and make sure that you make sure you give Ian Hudson a bad game. Make sure you give this deflated Detroit secondary a bad day. So that's key to victories for the Cowboys, and like I said for the Lions, just like get it at Matt Eberflus' defense, and try to make sure that you stop the Lions, and make sure that George Pickens and Tolbert and Ferguson and Javonte Williams have a really quiet day. The Lions going into this are heavy favorites here, -3, which I'm like, I understand. I don't know, are they though? Why? But again, we're heavy favorites -3. But okay. Injury news for the Cowboys. You're looking at this, and you're looking at Trayvon Diggs, who's injured. Trayvon Diggs, who's out with a knee injury. I don't know how bad severe the knee injury is. I'm doing this again Wednesday night. Devontae Fowler Jr., Malik Hooker, James Houston, defensive end. George Pickens is apparently out with a calf and knee injury. Devontae Wilson's out with a neck injury. Don't know how bad the neck injury is. And Cavante Turpin, some wide receiver, is out with a shoulder injury. Again, big couple of names here that are out for the Cowboys. Switching to the Lions injury news, Tyler Decker is still injured with a shoulder injury. Again, he's going to get he's had a shoulder. Tyler Decker with a shoulder injury. Kirby Joseph, he's been out since the Chiefs game. He's out with a knee injury that he got from the Chiefs game a few weeks ago. Then Cleve Raymond's still out with an ankle injury. Got St. Brown's now injured with an ankle injury. Don't know how severe that is. Teron Arnold's out for the next 4 games. And then Brian Branch is still out with a knee injury. Brock Wright is still out at tight end with a neck injury. So again, a lot of injuries for both sides of the team, but especially some key additions are Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, and especially Amos St. Brown's a big loss on the offensive side of the ball. My score predictions for the game. Score predictions, I'm going to go for a Cowboys 37, Lions 34. I'm hoping for a Lions win, but I just don't see it, man. I just think, the way Dak Prescott's playing this year, he's definitely playing like he is, especially last few weeks he's been playing like an MVP. He's definitely, you're looking at the MVP candidates for this year, and you've definitely got to put Dak up there. You've got to put Matthew Stafford up there. Josh Allen's obviously going to be up there, but yeah, I'm going to go for a Cowboys win. I know that both sides, especially the secondary, the last few weeks of the Lions secondary hasn't been good the last few weeks. I know we had that okay performance defensively against the Eagles, but then we still lost offensively. Both teams are not bad. Again, depends what Jared Goff we get, because if it's Jared Goff that if it's Jared Goff that we saw against the Packers last week, or what we've seen in a couple of the games, like against the Chiefs and the Eagles, yeah, it's gonna be a long day, but I'm gonna go for. It's gonna be a heavy shootout of a game. I think I'm gonna go for a Cowboys 37 minus 34 win. Leave your guys' thoughts in the comments of this game, and I'll be back to do my recap on hopefully on Friday. I'll do my recap. So bye guys.